really well every day. How to run a fun, simple, profitable business even when you're busy. I feel like that's everybody's life, right? Yeah. So I'm just curious, how many people here work full-time? That's a lot of us, okay? And not to say that the people that aren't working full-time are somehow less than, but I'm going to relate to you, those of us that, have to get up in the morning, set the alarm clocks, get the kids ready, get them dropped off, you go to work, etc., right? That's my life. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Who am I? So I am 41 years old. I live in New Brunswick. I'm originally from Toronto, so hopefully that gives me a little bit more love in this room. I moved to New Brunswick 16 years ago on kind of a whim. I'm a nerd and a geek, and I know the difference as well. I just like to disguise myself as a hip-hopper. And I wanted to go to university. It was a dream. I needed to have that degree. Why? There was no master plan. I wanted it. So my mom had recently moved to New Brunswick through a work transfer, and I thought, well, what's the best way to get a university degree with the least amount of money? You go live with your mom. So that's what I did. So I moved to New Brunswick, and my plan was to do my thing, get my degree, and get the hell out of there, because I hated it. That's a big city person going to a very small city in your early 20s. But life happens, and I got married, I had a baby, but I'm stubborn. I will give you that. I'm a full-fledged Aries, and I was like, we're all going back to Toronto. This was not part of the deal. We're out. So we came back. But the thing that I've learned from living in a small city is that I was like, this is madness. I'm like, I can't do it. We're going back. We're going back. So we went back, and it'll be 16 years ago next month. 16 years ago in New Brunswick. So I have started saying that, I don't always say I'm from Toronto, because it feels a little inauthentic. Not that I don't feel like Torontonian, but I very much have found my home in the Maritime, which is crazy to say. So I have two girls. This little crazy attitude princess here is Mila, and Daniela is the top one. These two girls are hilarious. They are opposites as opposites can be. And this is our life. Like this, aside from my husband, and this is kind of my life. My husband wants nothing to do with the camera. He's on board for everything, but he's like, no, I'm out. You do your thing, but I'm not in the pictures. So my kids both are competitive cheerleaders. Are there any cheer moms in the house? No? I think it's a Maritime thing. It's like huge in the Maritimes. If you're a hockey mom, I know Jen, you're a hockey mom, it is more than that. Schedule and money, it's out of this world. So they both compete, and they're both different ages, so they're on two different teams. So my weekly schedule is Monday cheer. Well, let's forget about the fact that I work Monday to Friday 9 to 5. That's whatever. Monday cheer, Tuesday cheer, Wednesday is nothing, Thursday is cheer. Thursday is also my hip-hop night, because God forbid I have one thing that I do for myself. And Friday is not cheer, and then Saturday is cheer. It's at least 1.5 hours each of those times. So we are on the go all the time. And there's my hip-hop team, Team Fresh. We just performed last night. We had our showcase, and it was ridiculous. So that's what I do. I am literally always on the go. I'm always driving, but it's what I love. And it's what I love because I've learned to embrace my madness. And to me, it doesn't feel like madness, but it takes time to get there. So I was trying to figure out what I want to say about how to work a profitable business, because to me, the answer is very obvious. You just have to work. That's it. But we're going to try to be a little bit more eloquent about it. So I feel like we just have to make some choices. And one of the choices that I want for us to talk about is how I'm going to speak to you. As a Y sister, I feel that even though I don't know 96% of you, I'm going to talk to you like you're my friend. Because that's part of the deal, right? We're all Y sisters. I do believe that. So I'm going to talk to you the way that I'd be talking to my girl Cindy and my little girl Elma, who told me not to be nervous. We got this, right? So that's a really important choice. A second important choice is, do you believe in what you're doing? If you don't believe, this is going to be really hard. It's going to be work. It's going to feel difficult. And it's going to be tiresome, right? But if you believe in what you're doing the work feels good because you are doing something worthwhile. So that's a really important choice. That was one thing that, my aha moment, everyone has their aha moments. I forget what everyone's was, I remember mine as clear as day. My aha moment would have been 3 years ago now. You're 3, right? Yeah. 3 years ago.
I'm 3.
I was, whatever, at home in New Brunswick doing who knows. And I didn't know Karen that well. I knew she was a black status, so I knew that that somehow meant she's a big deal. And you're still a big deal. And I saw all of these women going to black status retreat. And I'm like, what? This is insane. Like, look at this resort, and it just looked amazing. And what hit me was, I wasn't even trying. It wasn't even in my mind. It wasn't even a thing that I even thought about for 1 second. It was like, no, that's for black status people. I'm not there. That was my aha. Why aren't you even trying? It wasn't about, I want to be black status. Do I want to? Yes, but that's not what's in my head. I'm not like, black status, black status, black status. I'm like, what am I going to do today? And then what am I going to do tomorrow to up that yesterday action? And then what am I going to do? Because cumulative action is going to make growth. So once I saw these women going there and just living it up and getting all this recognition and love, I was like, I'm done. In the sense of, I'm done not participating. I'm done not being involved and not thinking that I'm not capable. Because one thing that I know that I can do is I can work. I already work, right? If I want things to happen for me in my life, I'm fully aware of the fact that I have to put in the effort. Being raised by a single mom, my mom was always working. Always working. I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, so I was junior mom. I'm older than my sister, who's the middle child. I'm 5 years older than her, so it was enough of a difference that I was the junior mom at home. And I know what it means to have to go get what you want. Maybe not everyone has lived that life, but I feel like we are in a day and age where we know that. There's no way around it. This is not a miracle. You're not going to be black status because you're super cute and you take really good lash pics. I mean, maybe. I guess that is a possibility. But realistically, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to work. And you're going to have to decide that the work that you're going to do is going to matter. That it's going to matter. So, now that we're friends. Now that we're friends. And listen, I have had moments recently, not super recently, but recently and long time ago when you're like, you know what? I don't know if I can. I don't know. It's too much. And what do? I'm going to tell you something, and I'm sure you all have this one person. You find a friend. You find just one friend. One friend who's going to talk you off the ledge every time. And you're going to talk them off the ledge every time. That's my friend right there on the floor, recording the video for the rest of our team. You need one person who on your bad day is like, listen, cut the shit. Oops, sorry. She judges me hard when I say those things. Quit your belly aching. You know that what you're doing is worthwhile. You've come this far. We need you. You need this. We got to keep going. And it works. And it works. You need one support system. The reality is that we all have way more than one. But a lot of times we forget and we retreat and we just get stuck in here. You just get stuck in here and you stay there, and that's when inconsistency starts. That's when pulling back starts. That's when the belief that you can't do it starts. Versus the moment that you start feeling that hardship, pick up the phone, which would be super weird to call somebody, but you send them a message. I called Cindy randomly the other day just because I wanted to talk to her. I just called her number. She's like, oh my God, who died? So why are we doing this? This is why I'm doing this, but I would encourage you to think why you are doing this business. Because if you showed up here today, I'm under the assumption that you want something to happen. I'm under the assumption that you want to get further, learn, whatever the case may be, or else, I mean, it's a beautiful day in Toronto. I feel like you could be doing something else. But you're here, so let's not forget that. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this,
Yay!
This is Daniela. She's going to be 13, and this year her cheer team won grand champion, and that's a big deal. It's like winning the NFL of cheer. Not the NFL. I don't even know. I don't watch sports. The Stanley Cup. It's like winning the Stanley Cup of cheer. She's 12. It was her first time on a senior team. She was the youngest girl. with the least amount of skill, but she had to go there because there was literally nowhere else for her to go this year because of many different reasons. So she was the underdog, 100%, no friends. Everyone is 15 and over, and she's 12. So, and she's shy. She is shy. She's my nerd. She's the Harry Potter fan. That's her. And they won grand champ. It's a huge deal, and this is why I work. This is why I get up every single day at 5:15 in the morning. I shower, I make my coffee, and I go sit down on the couch and I do personal development for 45 minutes till everyone wakes up and the routine begins. Well, that's part of the routine. But that's why I do it, because you know what? Without this business, I can't afford cheer. That's it. Business or cheer. They have to coincide. So this is why I do it for moments like that. Then there's Mila. Mila is nuts. Her team also won division champions in their level. And this, I never realized that something that was, it seemed, I was fully prepared to be the cheer mom that hated everything about cheer. I was ready to be that girl. I was like, I hate everything about this. And I love it. I was actually a team mom for Mila's team. The confidence, the feeling that they get a friendship of hard work, because it is hard. There's no pom-poms, there's no like rah-rah, it's like flips, pyramids, it's crazy, it's super physical. And they know what it means to work hard. And those are lessons that they need. And if that means that I have to work hard to make myself better, and in turn, let's not forget all of the people that I'm influencing by just thinking about them, right? It's worth it. So what do? You move forward. You have a bad day, you call a friend, and you move on, right? And last but not least, another reason why I do this is these amazing experiences. I haven't gone to Black Status Retreat yet, but when I made one simple change of making a choice of, am I going to try to earn the incentive trip? Because for the first 2 years, I was like, I can't do that. How the hell am I going to get 30,000 points? That's not going to happen. And you know what happened? I didn't get the trip because I didn't try. Last year, Cindy and I said, well, we're going to Cancun, so when are we going to start booking flights? And we were talking about it like it was an inevitability. In October, we were going to Cancun. And what happened? We earned the trip. And there we went, Cindy, myself, and one of my best friends, Jill, who I work with, who has not been down south in years because her husband doesn't like to fly, and so I took her. And that feels really good, to be able to give back to people based on the fact that I believe in what I'm doing. So this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for me and for everyone around me, and for anyone that I might influence without really trying to influence people. I don't wake up every day and think, I'm going to try to change someone's life. I mean, I'd like to. That's really big. And it feels really heavy. But if I try to be the best version of myself that I can be, I know that that's going to influence someone. And that's all I need. People will watch and do as they please. All I'm going to do is show up. I'm just going to show up every day. That's a non-negotiable. So how do you build a simple, profitable business when you're busy? Number one, you have to constantly learn. And that doesn't mean that you have to be, okay, it's obvious we have no time, right? It's obvious we have no time, but there's also time. I don't buy into we have no time. We have time. You have to be conscious of the pockets and use them, right? Hence, agendas. Who doesn't love a pretty agenda, right? If you know you can't do anything between 9 and 5, block it off, accept it, which is a big deal. Accept that you can't do anything in that time, but realize if your TV time is 7 to 9, should it really be 7 to 9? Or should it maybe be 7 to 9 Younique, and maybe I'll just watch my favorite show on Thursday, kind of thing, right? We just have to be honest with what we have versus just this all-encompassing blanket of, I don't have time. We have time. You have to find it and you have to use it. So learn. That's my 5:30 routine. I watch something. Sometimes it's Karen. Sometimes it's John Eric, who I love. We love him.
We love him.
Shout out John Eric. Something just to feed my brain. Sometimes it's just really looking through presenters, just to get ideas, just to see what's everyone up to, what's the energy. Sometimes I need to be inspired by other people. Plan. Have a plan of action, because when you're busy, it's hard to plan because you're always on the go and you're thinking, I don't know what to post about today. And then you don't post, right? That can't happen. I don't know about you guys. Sunday is laundry day. So at some point on Sunday, I'm sitting folding laundry. You know what else I can do when I'm folding laundry? I can very quickly think about 7 things, 7 items, not even ideas, just 7 items that I can talk about for the next week. And what am I going to do? I'm going to send myself a voice note. Okay, Monday, epic mascara. Tuesday, detox mask. No, not detox mask. It's on Canada right now. Exfoliating mask. It doesn't matter what the products are. The point is to take that weight off of your mind. Write down 7 things. Monday comes, boom, epic mascara, post. If you don't have a picture, go to Facebook, search. Done. Right? Epic mascara, millions. I've used Sarah's pictures. I've used Karen's pictures. I'll use and I fully hope and expect that people are going to use mine. Why not, right? Sharing is caring, right, Alma? Care Bear said it best. So you plan and you just don't overcomplicate things. I think a lot of times we tend to make it feel like it's a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot if you just try to keep it simple. 7 items and then move forward. And if you're feeling super confident, which you should be, throw in the opportunity once or twice. Okay? Act. Well, I mean, if you don't act, the planning is pointless, right? And that's the part of making it non-negotiable that you show up every day. And that is also tied into, do you believe in what you're doing? If you don't believe in what you're doing, you're not going to plan, you're not going to act, and nothing will happen. That is for sure, right? So you have to act. And here's the thing. You know, one of the things that I think Cindy and I were just talking about, because I'm here for, 27 hours? I leave tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. And we're staying up all night. We have stuff to talk about. We get to see each other twice a year. Twice a year in person. And we have stuff to do tonight. It's happening, especially after Leanne's presentation. We're not sleeping. We're not sleeping, and that's fine. It's got to be done. But you have to act. And my point to that is, don't feel like you need to do everything right away, right? If you are not consistent right now, make yourself one promise to just start posting something every day. One thing. I don't care if it's a picture of your dog. And then mascara the next day. Post something every day. But realize that when that becomes comfortable, don't cop out. Up the game a little bit. Because once you get into a routine, you can always improve it. Because once you get used to something, it becomes part of your routine. You can up the game. And that's what we always try to do. You get a routine, and then
Tristan said he wants to meet
Share.
Alex.
That's a big one. Because if we want to grow our team, we want to grow our business, we want to get to black status retreat, you have to help your team. So whatever you learn, share it. Even if you're not sure if it's going to work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it works or if it doesn't work, because something attempted is better than not at all. So make sure you share everything with your team. And then repeat. Do it again. The next day, learn. Post something. Share. Go work. Go to sleep. Do it again. But always go back to why you're doing it. Pull up that sappy picture of your kid, of whatever it is that reminds you why you showed up today. Go back to that if you forget and get caught up in the day-to-day stuff that might feel mundane. Okay, so here's a couple of things that what I've learned. And I'm super pumped about having learned these things. Authenticity. I was thinking the other day, what should I wear? What should I wear? I literally was out until 11 o'clock last night dancing. I'm 41. I mean, I'm sore. I mean, I'm not going to be like I go to the gym either. I'm sore. I feel like I'm older. And I had to get up and come here and be my best me. And I thought, I don't want to wear heels. I hate everything about heels. And it's, you know what? And it came down to this. It's not me. My message is you have to be the closest to who you want to be every day. So if that is showing up in a hoodie that costs $75 for the record, okay? This is not cheap. And my ripped jeans and and my sneakers, that's exactly what I'm going to do because that is the best that I can give you is 100% me. That's it. We have to stop trying to be perfect. I mean, just don't. Why? Nobody wants perfection. And I love what you said about being a makeup artist. And I know it. I know it in my heart. People want to relate to women, friends, peers. They don't want... I don't want makeup advice from someone that doesn't know anything about what my day-to-day life is because guess what? I don't have 2.5 hours to contour my face and whatever else people do. I need to go to work. And my kids are in my video and Mila's showing the tooth that fell out and life's going on, so I need real life. And that's what people want. They want to see you. They don't want to see unique presenter. Oh my God. No, nobody wants that. Be you. If you're a dork, be a dork. If you're funny, be funny. Whatever the case may be, don't walk away from who you are. Walk towards it. And I'm telling you, the more open you are, the more comfortable you are, the easier it is. Because there's no gimmick. There's no trying. There's no, I do lives every single day, 7:30 in the morning. Why? Because it works for me. And that's what has to happen. I can't do videos at 9 p.m. at night. You know why? Because I'm tired. And I don't want to put on makeup to take it off and go to bed. And God forbid I hang out with my husband for 5 minutes. So my videos are at 7:30 in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. And it works. And it took some time to get the family used to it, but everybody knows. And I also have a fairly open door policy. Don't come and tell me something ridiculous like we're arguing. But if the house is on fire, please come in and let me know. Like, no problem. So be authentic. Don't try to be something you're not. You are wasting your time. Be who you are. People will appreciate you and will gravitate towards you more. And that will ultimately lead to growth. And that's the goal here. The number one misunderstanding. That's the number one misunderstanding, that you're supposed to be somebody that you're not. Took care of that. Perception. I kind of like this one because an old boss of mine, he was the previous COO of the law firm that I work at, he said to me, he would always say to me, perception is reality. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, perception is reality. If people think something, even though you don't think that's what it is, it doesn't matter. What is perceived is reality. So if every day you're not being consistent and you're trying to recruit but you're not putting the effort out there, the perception is that it's hard. The perception is that everybody's doing it, which is a load of garbage. Not everybody's doing it. We all know that, right? Not everybody's doing it. Just because somebody bought a kit doesn't mean they're doing anything, right? So that goes back to the belief. You have to believe in what you're doing so that the perception is not that you don't love what you're doing. The perception has to be that this is hard work, but it's worth doing, and we're going to keep doing it. That's the perception. And that we want more women to feel this empowerment, this confidence, this feeling that you can get what you want if you're willing to believe, kind of blindly for a bit, right? And that you're going to keep moving forward. And that you've got people that have your back all the time. No question. And invest. And what I mean by invest is I don't necessarily mean money, a little bit, but I do mean invest in yourself. Put yourself first. That is a really hard lesson for women, is to put yourself first.
She's there.
Okay, she knows. The more you put yourself first, the better you will be. The better you are, the better wife you are, the better mother you are, the better employee you are, the better friend you are. Why? Because you are more whole. If you are not whole, you are not, I'm not going to say you're not good, but you're not as good as you can be. And how many years and months and days are we going to continue living through life, which we only have one in case anybody forgot? Are we not going to try to get to that potential of what we can be because we're worried about, I don't want to leave my kid for 26 hours because I'm going to have to ask my mom to drive them to school and my husband can't work overtime tomorrow because, well, I'm not there. You know what? You guys are going to have to figure it out. I'm going to be back in 26 hours. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to feel really good about taking my time and money and coming here and speaking to you and hopefully inspiring action to get out into the universe. And I mean, in terms of a money situation, that doesn't benefit me. But you know how it benefits me? What I feel. That's what benefits me. The feeling that I get by helping you, hopefully, and what the universe is going to give back to me. That's worth more than money. Money comes and goes. What is it, Cindy? Money's always coming to me. It really does. It really does. So invest in yourself. Put yourself first. You are so worth it. And you and everybody else around you will be better off for it. Okay, so I watched a documentary randomly. I was home alone. So, of course, what do I do when I'm home alone and I just want to sit in silence? I watch Netflix. I Netflix and chill alone. But apparently now that I know what it actually means, I don't Netflix and chill. I just watch Netflix and sit. Okay, so I watched this thing called, what was it called? Solo? No, Free Solo. Free Solo. This is a documentary, a really good one. I highly recommend you watch it. It's very empowering. And this guy, Alex Honnold, I don't know how to pronounce it, Honnold, he is a rock climber. But the difference is that he climbs thousands of feet rocks with no equipment. It's just him. He falls, he dies. That's it. He falls, he dies. There's, like, you can see him right here. There's nothing. Can you kind of tell the depth on that picture? So he recently in this documentary climbed a mountain in Yosemite, and nobody had ever done it. And he did it. And he's a bit of an odd duck. But he said something that really stuck with me, and he said, nobody achieves anything great by being happy and cozy. And let me just sort of dissect that for you, because for many, many years he never had a girlfriend. He just felt like his sort of lifestyle was a little solitary, because he was always training, and he didn't want distractions. But he met a girl, and he had a girlfriend, and she was very supportive of it, and he described her as, you know, she would be perfectly happy and content in life, just being happy and cozy. Just them living together and, you know, girl stuff, right? And then he says, nobody achieves anything great by being happy and cozy. And achieving something like that, he made it, by the way, he climbed it, he didn't die. That is beyond great. And there was nothing happy or cozy about it. It was uncomfortable. It took work. It took getting over the fear of death. He fell a couple of times while attempting it, and he would wait a few months and go back. He actually went up and bum ankle. So it's not about we're not supposed to be happy. It's about we have to remember that to make great things happen for us, which we all deserve, at some point you're going to have to get uncomfortable. And there's nothing wrong with that, because when you get on the other side of uncomfortable, you are better. And that thing is no longer uncomfortable. Like live videos, for example. I remember the first time I did a live video, it was atrocious. What else would it be? It was a hot mess. Does it really matter? No. No one ever meant me to be like, oh my God, don't ever do that again. The thing that we all know for sure is that people go on Facebook to either be entertained or to learn something, and more times than not, they want to be entertained. So that's when you not being a professional is entertaining. And that doesn't mean that you're supposed to do a bad job. It just means that you don't have to be something you're not. Every day that I do a live video, more times than not, I'm like, I'm so tired, just tell me what you want me to do. Just throw out some colors, let's get her done. And they always say purple, and I'm just like, I have red hair now, I want purple all the time. But, you know, just go on the screen and just talk. Don't feel like you doing a live video equals makeup tutorial. Makeup tutorials at some point get boring. You know what's not boring? Talking about hip hop yesterday, or my best live video of all time, and people still talk about it. Which one?
The hair one.
Oh,
the neighbor that came.
But the one that everyone always remembers is when I spilled my entire cup of coffee into a drawer on my desk. And I don't swear on my live videos because I know that there's kids in my house. So I have a few coined phrases. You're welcome to use them, but you can tag me if you do. Things like fudgicles, that's a classic. Fudgicles, right? Or poopsicles, or things like that. See, Alma appropriate words. And there was coffee everywhere. I'm not going to stop my live video. I just literally was like on my hands and knees, wiping everything, and they were loving it. Why? Because it's real life. Anybody could have spilled their cup of coffee. Roll with it. It doesn't matter. People are not there because they are desperately trying to watch the best makeup tutorial of life. If they want to do that, they'd be on YouTube watching some, I'm not even saying. Okay, so let's not forget that. Being uncomfortable should be a goal. Because the moment you get there, you push through, and then it's not going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to be that much better for it. So I'm a firm believer in hard work. It's the only way to get there. And for those of us that work full-time, sometimes it feels harder. Because how many times have you said, I just wish I didn't work full-time. I just want that 9 to 5. I feel like everything would be different if I had that 9 to 5. Well, let's just be real for a second. It's not an option right now. It's not an option. I have to pay my bills. I have to pay my car. I have to buy food. And right now, Younique is not paying me what my job is paying me. But you know what? Younique is paying me more than what I need to make my life right now better than it was without it. And that in itself is worth doing. It can't be, if I'm not black status, this is a failure. If I don't qualify green status every month, well, I might as well throw in the towel because everyone's quitting. I've had that thought. Who do I call? Cindy. She's like, geez. But she calls me too.
Chubby chicks.
It's got to be realistic goals, right? Set your dream. Dream big. Who said dream big? Jen said dream big. You have to dream big because that's what keeps your mind going. Have the dreams. Whatever it is that you want, dream it. Believe it. That's the key. Not like, oh, it'd be so nice, but, it's probably not. Why not? Why not? The moment that I decided, that Cindy and I decided to earn the incentive trip, and we decided it was ours, it was ours. Why? Because we did the things that needed to happen to get it. That's it. It is literally constant decision making. Are you going to act yes or no? And if the answer is no, you can't complain about the outcome. You can't. It's not logical. If you're going to work, things will happen. But remember, and Cindy and I talk about this, I'm sure you want a lot.
Like a lot. I feel very popular.
This is my person, okay? Don't let time play tricks on you. You are not in control of when things are going to happen.
Sometimes my friend tricks me.
He said, right? Yes, it was right. Was it right? Divorce the outcome and marry the activity, I think is what it is. And it makes 100% sense. You cannot say that you're going to recruit 5 people this month. You can't say that unless you already have 5 people that said, I'm going to join this month. All you can control is who are you going to talk to? How many times are you going to talk? How many posts are you going to do? You can control your activity. The rest, release it. Release it. It's not in your court to control. All you can do is show up and be consistent every day. If you're not consistent right now, I'm going to tell you something. It's hard to create rhythm because it takes doing it over and over again, until it doesn't feel like you're doing it over and over again. It's just part of the norm. So as someone, and this applies to everyone, whether you're working full-time or not, forgive yourself quickly and often. Quickly. Oh gosh, I wish I could go to that team meeting, but I can't because A, B, and C. If it's a legit reason, get over it. It can't happen. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Forgive yourself, move forward, okay? But don't take the easy road because the easy things to do are also very easy not to do. It's very easy not to post something. It's very easy not to try to get a party. It's very easy not to message anyone. But it's also easy to do those things. Who was it? Sherry Brown. She said just the other day, I love that woman, she's hilarious. She said, she went on a bit of a rant about people complaining about 4D, and it's so true. If 4D is not available, what are we going to do here? Are we going to worry about the things we can't control, or are we going to, for a second, remember that there's, what, hundreds of other products that we could be selling? Right? move on. Move towards the things that you do have control over. So the last thing I'm going to say is really remember your why. Don't lose sight of your why. If you need to put it in your mirror, in your kitchen, in your car, whatever, do it. Because when times get difficult, when you're stressed, when you're busy, that's what's going to center you. Connect with your why sisters. Ask for help. Don't retreat. If you feel yourself retreating, give yourself some sort of a trigger. Oh, I'm starting to get upset. I need to reach out to someone. I need to talk to someone. Someone will constantly uplift you. I have no doubt about it. And the last one I want to say is that you will never know your limits unless you push yourself to them. And I'm telling you, knowing where you can get to would be a beautiful thing, to see what you are actually capable of doing. And I guarantee you, it is far more than any one of us have accomplished today. We can go further, because you know what? It's like Sherry Brown said, we're not saving lives here. We are inspiring women. We are working our business, we're helping our families, and we're helping ourselves. And that is life. That's what we do every day, right? So why not embrace this tool that we have to make that thing happen for us, and I feel like more importantly, for others. For others, because what you get from giving feels so much better than you receiving.